Hello
Hello
everyone,
everyone.
welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you all guys are doing well. So today's video is on career planning. This is in the continuation of our educational series that we started on this channel. So I will recommend you guys to have a notebook and pen with you throughout this video because I think you might need to take some notes. We hope that by the end of this video you'll have a better idea how to find that successful and fulfilling career for yourself. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
First thing which we need to know before choosing a career is what do we love? So guys, please make sure to take some notes. Write it down a few points.
And just to add to what Manoj said, you should list each and everything that you would love to do if time and money is not a constraint for you. So once you have made the list of all the things that you would love to do, second question for you is what the world needs. So you should think about all the things that the world is ready to pay you for.
So as an example of this is like AI is being advanced day by day, and most of the employees are very scared about how we gonna continue our job because of these AIs. But the intelligent peoples are learning those AIs and they are finding what is better for them. They are creating opportunities with those AIs. So try to understand how the world is emerging and how you need to take advantage of that and what skills you need to learn for the change and accept that. Next question for this is what you can be paid for.
For example, in my case, I like to spend time doing the field work. So in my case, I can look for the companies that are looking to hire a person for the field work. So that's how I'm syncing what I love with what I can be paid for.
Make sure most of the times we do not love that things which for which we are getting paid for. As as I was doing MBA, at that period of time I was a teaching assistant. I do not love to teach, but at that moment of period I was getting paid for that job and I do not have any other options to do things at that moment, so I accepted that and I started doing that. So please make sure do not create barriers for you at any certain point in your life.
So next question that you should ask yourself is what are those things that you are good at?
Let's say I'm learning a new skill, but I'm not very good at that, but I love to do that. And so there is a little difference between good at and being loving to do that. A person can be good after doing a various practice and getting from a typical different kind of challenges into a project or into that skill. The important thing is how much you are willing to learn, and in the very initial stage how much consistent you are, and over a period of time you're gonna be good at those things. So make sure, put your efforts, be consistent, and always open to learn. That's the key to grab a good hold on certain kind of skills or the many kind of skills.
I just want to add to that you have heard some people saying follow your passion. I am a believer that you cannot be passionate about something that you're not good at. So you can become passionate, let's say, about writing in one day. So you have to be, let's say, if you start from the beginning, you will be worse at writing. So if you'll be consistent with your efforts in learning how to write, you will become good. And then you will become better. And then at some point, you will be an expert on that thing.
Yes.
So what we want to say is that so there are certain things that we are naturally good at. I mean, we might not be expert on that, but if we put in some efforts in that thing, we can become better.
Yeah.
So try to find out those things that are kind of naturally fall into your like skill set. I Let's say for example, I love to play badminton, but I'm not a player. I think I might suck at it. So I mean, but if even if I put in efforts in that game, I know I won't become that good of a player because I don't have that. I'm not an like athlete person.
Yes.
So the point is I don't even want to put in efforts to become a better player. So try to find out those things that you are kind of like okay, and then if you can put in efforts, you can become better at that.
Yes. And someday you can become an expert as well.
This is the kind of Venn diagram it looks like when you fill in all your questions. So now we want to talk about all the things that falls into the union of these each of these circles. So
Yeah.
first one is what you love, and the what the world needs will be your mission statement. So that will tell how with the skills that you have you're gonna contribute to the world.
So the next point is vocation. What is vocation? Vocation is what the world needs, and if you are doing that thing, so you are getting paid for that. No matters you love it or you don't love it, you are getting paid for that. So second union is representing vocation.
So the next union between what you can be paid for and what you're good at will be your profession. That's gonna be your professional identity. And the union between what you're good at and what you love will be will show your efforts and your passion. Like we discussed, if you love what you're doing and you are a little bit
Good.
okay in that skill, then you're gonna put in your efforts and that will ultimately become your passion.
Yes. As you can see in this diagram, the union of what you love for, what you are good at, and what the world needs will give you excitement, delight, and fullness. But maybe it won't give you wealth. So try to understand these aspects because this Venn diagram is really analyzing everything and give you what and where you can identify certain things in your career.
Because at the end of the day you will also need to get paid to pay your bills,
Yeah.
and to look after yourself, so you need that fourth circle as well. Next part is a union of the three circles of what you love to do, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. But the missing component is what you're good at. So in that case you will feel the excitement because you are getting paid to do that, but you will feel that uncertainty within yourself because at last you are not putting your efforts to become better at that skill.
Yeah.
So that will, and you, because ultimately you can get kicked out of your job because you're not doing it in a better way. So to be certain about your job, you have to be in the situation that you want to keep continue learning on that throughout your life.
In the next scenario, the one thing is missing is what you love to do. And this can create a feeling of emptiness in your life.
I have an example for that. For example, I've seen some people who are earning so well in their job, and they're like I mean, I've seen like people like corporate lawyers, and they have all the money that they want in the world. But at the end of the day, they're not feeling very good within themselves. I mean, they're not feeling good in their life because what the component that's missing is that maybe they no longer love their job that they decided to do initially.
Yes.
So they keep going on that hamster wheel because they are getting paid. In the next you have all the three components. You are doing what you love and you are good at it, and you're also getting paid for that. But the component that's missing is the world may not need it.
Yeah.
So you will feel that sense of like uselessness in your career because we want to contribute back to the society. That's something that will be missing from your job, if you're not considering what the world needs, because at the end of the day you need that mission statement that tied back to how you can contribute to this world.
Yes. You're gonna make sure, like, okay, am I doing something for this society? Am I giving back to the society or not? So that feeling is very important as a human. Maybe some people will not gonna relate because they're gonna be in the very initial stage at the
Right,
career,
yeah.
but after a period of time they're gonna realize it.
Yeah, because this is something that you're gonna feel ultimately,
Yeah.
let's say after a decade or two, that
Yes.
what am I even doing if I'm not contributing to the world? So here comes the last spot in this Venn diagram where you want to focus on to plan your career. That's right in the middle of union of all these four circles, which is called Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept which means, so Iki means life and Gai means bliss in your life. So Ikigai as a whole means your reason for being in this world, and how that, so Ikigai relates back to your worth as your value that you can contribute to the world.
So, in the beginning, it may be challenging to find the ikigai for your life. It gonna take maybe few weeks for some persons, few months, and for
And
some
it's
people,
gonna take, I guess, a lot of
yes,
job failures as well.
yeah,
You might end up in a job that you absolutely hate.
yeah,
So you have to go through that all that hurdles to get to that final ikigai of your life, and that's gonna be unique for every person.
yeah,
Ikigai is gonna be, it might be different at your different life stages that you are at. So if you perform this Venn diagram, let's say at the age of 21, it might look different than if you do the same thing at, let's say, at the age of 31. It's gonna be entirely different. So finding your ikigai is gonna take a time, and it involves a lot of introspection and really learning about yourself, who you are as a person, and what are the unique skills that you can contribute. If you
yes,
are on this, I mean, everyone is unique here and everyone has their own skill set. It's just we should know a way to really find out what we can contribute to this world and how
yeah.
we are unique here.
Yeah, and being at the same place, working for the same company, and doing the same job, then also it can, there would be a different ikigai for two different individuals. This whole model will help you to understand yourself, what skills you have, and what is the mission of your life.
I just want to say in the end that this is a Venn diagram that I think you should go to when you are thinking about career planning, because it really gives you that terminology that you need to really figure out what you want to do in your
Mhm.
life. Because, like in my case, I find it very struggling. I used to find it very struggling before when I didn't know this concept. That how am I even gonna know that what I want to do in the world? I have no idea. So
Yeah.
I used to feel that confusion. When I used to think about my career.
And I came to her with this thing, and she was amazed, like, oh, now I can know where I am, and at this certain point of time, what I'm doing and where I want to get in.
Yeah, because
So,
I kind of knew what I want to do, but I didn't have like a really given this up like a deeper thought where
yeah,
I want to pursue my career. So with this Venn diagram, it gave me that terminology to really ask myself questions to get to my ikigai. We
yeah.
hope that this video has helped you in finding your own ikigai.
And if you guys want to know something else than educational videos, so please comment down.
Until then, goodbye, and we'll
Bye-bye.
see you in our next video.
Stay tuned.